Alright guys, today we are going to look at the Insta360 backpack clip. Among the other ones, it is cold today and I'm at this park all by myself. I'll be right back. Oh God. Alright, I'm just gonna do a quick video. I'm back. I have the playground all to myself, and you know why? Because it is freaking cold out here. So we have two temperatures in Canada. We have the posted temperature, and then we have the feels like temperature. It is -10 posted, temperature 1, but it feels like -19 today. And my hands are frozen, and I need to get my hands in the pocket, so I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna head back home. I was gonna play in the park today, but it is just way too cold today. And look at the snow. Guys, look at this. And I'm just testing out the new backpack clip that by Insta360. Thanks Insta360 for sending me this to test out. There's going to be 3 backpack clips mounts I'm going to be comparing. One that I've been using for a long time. It's a very inexpensive mount. It's a generic one and it works really well. The one that you saw in my SLR. And we're gonna just do a quick run of the original magnetic Selfie backpack mount. That's a mouthful. I still use that one, and I'll tell you why that I use it in the video. I'm gonna go back home right now. It's getting really cold. We got dumped on with snow today, and it's just crazy out here. Like, look at the snow that we got. This is just overnight. We got about almost 1.5 feet. So it's kind of nuts. You get used to it. Anyways, guys, signing off. I'll talk to you when I get back home. Bye. Hey, I am back in the office. It is much warmer in here. I've got the fireplace going and I've got some soft lights and I'm actually kind of sleepy. I'm really tired today for some weird reason. Today we're going to do a quick review on the new Insta360 backpack clip. I had actually requested this from Insta360 to test out. I have a lot of backpacks that I use for different occasions, whether I'm cycling, hiking, kayaking, skiing, whatever. So I have several different types of mounts and clips for my backpack, and they all have different purposes, and I use them for different types of cameras as well. I want to try this one because this one is kind of unique in a couple ways, and I'll show you why. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into that. I'm going to start with the V-clip locking mount. This is something you can buy on Amazon or eBay. It's not expensive. It's probably the cheapest out of the 3 here. It's just a generic company. It's all aluminum. I do like this for a couple of things, and I'm going to tell you why I'm moving from this mount, this clip, to the new Insta360 backpack clip. I still will use this, and well, these are the 3 that I use the most, and I will use all these 3 depending on what I'm doing. With this one here, this is going to be now my SLR large format camera clip mount. The reason why is because it's lower profile and it's closer to me, and you saw earlier with my Sony mirrorless with the big lens on it, it fits nice and snug and tight right on my shoulder here, and it's locked in there. And I was on that swing, swinging back and forth, and I jumped off the swing. Camera was still on me, it doesn't move. And this is where this comes in. The other 2 mounts and clips that I'm going to mention will not hold an SLR. It just doesn't have the capacity and the locking mechanism to hold those cameras, the weight capacity. And when I'm out shooting and I'm doing photo shoots, I will typically have that setup which you saw earlier today, which is the SLR on one side, and I'll have an action camera on the other side. Before I got the new clip, I would have had just the one, this one here with the action camera, or I would have the Insta360 magnetic holster, and I would have my SLR on a sling. I'm not a big fan of slings just because they kind of whip around and I have to reach down and grab it up. Whereas if I have it on my shoulder, it's right here and I can just pick it up. I can actually literally just, I don't have to take it off the mount. I can actually just twist my camera up and take a photo and then just drop it, and it'll just hang right on my chest here. And that's where this comes in. This works really good with that. So this has been promoted to a large format or SLR or mirrorless camera mount clip for me. Next, I'm just going to go through this quickly. You guys already saw a review of this. This is the second most used mount that I have, or clip, or whatever you want to call it. This is mount, clip, whatever. This is the original Insta360 magnetic selfie holster. So basically, it's the same type of clamps onto your backpack strap, and it works off a magnetic module that's sitting right on top of your selfie stick that you screw on. There's a couple things I don't like about this, and the first thing is the clip itself, and you'll notice that they've improved this with the backpack clip, is that it's a two-piece. So you have the back plate with the two knobs, and then you have the top plate. I know it's minuscule. It's a minor problem. It's more preference than anything. But I find that when I disengage or when I unscrew the top plate, this falls right off and it drops. And I've dropped this so many times on the floor. And I wish they had kept this to one piece, where this little inexpensive mount, generic mount, is actually one piece. So the one side is attached, so you don't lose that bottom plate. This one, you will drop that bottom plate or lose it or whatever. It's just a minor inconvenience. It's not a deal breaker for me. I still love this this holster, this magnetic holster, for what it is. Like, this is my hiker mount. The reason why is because I can transition from a first-person view shot by magnetically mounting it and locking it onto my chest and have my hands free. And a simple twist allows me to turn this into a selfie stick, and then I can keep recording, and I don't even have to stop recording and just mount it back on, and it'll keep shooting. So this is just perfect for hiking, trails, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't use this for sports like bike, just because of the selfie stick part. I think that's just a recipe for disaster there. The other thing I don't like about this is the barrel here, the center part here, the main module here, which is the magnetic locking mount or holster mount that goes onto this clamp. To screw in your camera clip or locking clip, it's a bit of a pain, because the way they design this, you have to use it comes with an Allen key. And a lot of people were saying, what is this Allen key for? Because there's no Allen screws on this thing. It uses the Allen key to actually tighten camera locking clip on top. Now, you have to be really careful, because it has to be aligned properly between the selfie stick, the main module, and the actual camera clip. If you don't line up properly, when you put it on your magnetic holster, it kind of points weird. It points this way, or whatever. So you have to, and then the way to align it is there's a little oval shape magnetic button in the front and back. You just have to make sure that that is the front and back, so it's not on an angle or whatever. And to mount this piece on top, it's a real pain in the butt, because it takes a while to kind of tighten it, and you have to really tighten it and align it. And if you don't tighten it, when you twist it, the weight of the camera will actually turn that clip. So if that clip turns, then you're misaligned and your camera's going to point this way or that way. The reason I don't like the Allen keys is because I've done it so many times that the holes are starting to kind of strip away from the Allen key. And I think that's just going to wear away. So what I've done is I actually bought a Insta360 Ace Pro mount. And I just permanently affixed it onto this module here. And if I wanted to use my DJI camera, you can actually buy these 1/4-inch plates that you can attach underneath a DJI mount that has a 1/4-inch screw in it, and it gives you it's like an adapter for the Insta360 mount. So if I want to use the DJI camera, I just use that particular plate, adapter plate, and mount it on the camera, and it mounts on here, so I don't have to switch this out all the time. And that's really the only thing that I wish that maybe Insta360 can change in their next production line, in their magnetic selfie holster mount. That's it for this. Nothing major, pretty straightforward. If you want a detailed review of this, I actually have a review of it already when I first bought this holster mount. You can look there. Now, I'm gonna get to the backpack clip. I really like this thing. I haven't really had a lot of time with this, so I don't have a lot of cons yet. There's only one thing that it's kind of an annoying thing for me, and I'll go through the pros right now. What I really like about this, first and foremost, remember I was telling you about the magnetic holster with the separated plate, the back plate for the strap mount. Now, interestingly enough, this new backpack mount is a one piece. It's like the one, the cheap one right here, the aluminum one. So basically it's on a hinge, and this hinge is actually on an angle. So as you're putting it onto the backpack strap, it just has one knob, tightening knob, and you align it with a tightening knob, and as you tighten, what happens is that those plates, the back and front, it's on an angle, so it actually slides as it's moving. It goes up and tightens onto the strap, and it actually tightens really well. When I had this on this thing, it didn't move, it didn't slide and go back and forth. Some mounts that you find that they don't tighten very well, or the clips, if you have something heavy on there, it just moves on a different angle, or it just misaligns. This one, it tightens, and one knob. None of these two knobs, and you're trying to balance the two knobs and tighten it properly. This one, as you're tightening one knob, it will actually evenly slide those plates up and lock onto the strap. So that's a really cool thing that they've done there. The other thing I really like about this is that the part where it connects to your camera, the camera clip, it's actually it's on a rotating orbit, like a ball. So it has a little tightening latch that you pull up, and that latch is adjustable with an Allen key that comes with it. And you can tighten it to as tight as you want on that knob. And I've tested it out. I don't have it super tight. And when you close that latch in, it holds pretty good. Like, camera doesn't move. Like, it's tight on that ball. And you can move it in a 360-degree angle, which is really neat, because if you want, there are situations where you don't want your camera sticking up, and you know, if you turn your chin, you're gonna get knocked out, right? But like today, I had this clip on, and I didn't want my camera high. I actually just loosened that latch, and I spun the camera 180 degrees, so now it's pointing, it's actually upside down, and it's shooting lower. So I don't have this thing, you know, hitting my chin or whatever. So that's neat, because that allows me to adjust the angle of the camera as I'm shooting without having to actually move the camera itself. Close that latch and it tightens up, and it's not going to go anywhere. So that's kind of neat. So this is going to be the new biking, skiing, my sport mount if I'm wearing a backpack. And I wear a backpack everywhere. When I'm cycling, I'm wearing a backpack. When I'm skiing, I'm wearing a backpack. When I'm canoeing, I'm wearing a backpack. So this is very convenient for me. If I'm not wearing a backpack, it's either a chest mount or as a head mount. So, and I hate wearing both of those. But those are the two things I really like about this. Most of it's plastic. There are some metal parts in this, so it's pretty light. It's almost the same weight as this full aluminum one. It's pretty robust. I think it's pretty strong. The only thing I can pick on this right now, and I haven't really had a lot of time, to be fair, and as time goes, I'll probably find something, or I may not. So far, the only thing I don't like about this, the way they designed this knob, the locking knob, it kind of sticks out a little bit. Incoming email. My email. It kind of sticks out a little bit. So if you have it, and there's a way to fix that. So if you have it on the outside, some straps are very close to my arm. The locking knob keeps rubbing against my arm, so not a big deal. And what I did was I actually just flipped the thing and have it pointing inwards. So that fixed the problem right there. Again, that's the only thing I can find that's negative about this so far. And I've only had this thing for less than a week, so bear with me. If I find something else, I'll post it on here and I'll let you guys know. So far, so good with this clip, and I really like it. And again, it's going to take over my my sport camera mounting system. Anyways, guys, that's it. Short, as I promised. Enjoy. Have a great day. Respect. Ciao.